Hey everybody, happy Friday. Rob here, down in the workshop at the Old Cinema, Twisted UK. I've just borrowed this from Mike for a few minutes, just to show you around it a little bit. It is a 2013 90. It's had a life previous to coming to us, but the new owner has brought it to us, wanted to bring it up to his standard, what he wants the vehicle to look like. And we've been through that careful curating process, picking out individual elements of what we need to do to it. And we're just starting on the rebuild phase now to realise his vision. So this came to us as a Corris Grey 90 station wagon. You'll see now a very different colour indeed. It's now Porsche Crayon Grey. Again, picked out to the customer specification. It's had full body off, so we've done it so every single element inside here is all the right colour. It hasn't just had a quick lash off from the outside. And that means that when we've rebuilt the vehicle, we can also replace all the body seals around it as well. So instead of those being painted over and the paint eating away at them, it means that they're brand new, they're in place. We can ensure that it's watertight, that everything gets aligned properly. Chassis all been coated in there to try and give that an extra length to its lifespan. So as we're moving around, you'll see we've welded up where there would have been holes originally. There's usually a huge circle here, a number of other points. That's been welded up before we've painted to allow us to put our stage 1 front end conversion in there. You'll see the holes there for our horn covers. It'll be running our laser front bumper on there as well. Of course, twisted steering guard. We're not quite at that stage yet. And moving round, we've got our progressive suspension system. We've got our twisted performance brakes in there. 18-inch classic wheels in the black. Stainless bolts, of course. We've colour-coded the mirror backs while we're on. Billet door handles on here. But as we look inside the vehicle, Mike is currently working on it. And this is one of my favourite stages of the build, is when we're in soundproofing. And that's because we get into everywhere. Literally, we're inside the seat box. You'll see in behind the dashboard, those little elements that we can gain a little bit here and there. We'll do the wiper motor when that goes back in. The roof is completely stripped out. Inside the doors, there's extensive soundproofing in there, and that helps a very satisfying thud when you shut the door, like no Defender sounds like. It adds a little bit of extra weight to the door, and it also just holds it in place against that seal really nicely. And as you look into the rear of here, you can see certain elements all cut out perfectly to shape so that we can sit it in the recesses in there. Wiper motor still to do in that rear door. But you can see the way that Mike cuts every panel out individually. We'll then run over all the seals with a layer of bond in there to ensure that it gets a perfect finish and then smooth that back. Now, usually we would be carpeting over the top of it. And so it wouldn't really matter. You could, have everything hidden away, and if you weren't quite as accurate with the way you did it, that'd be fine. This is going to be quite exposed in the soundproofing because we're actually putting our twisted texture coating over the top of it. So you will see a pattern, you will see the indentations into the soundproofing, our twisted logo embossed in there, as you'll see. But because it's texture coated over the top of it, you'll see a lot of those. So it means that Mike has to get it absolutely perfect. The lines have to be dead straight, the way he lines it up, the way he does his bond has to be perfectly smoothed out to ensure that it looks like a properly finished solution to that. So incredible amount of work. You'll see the detailing in and around the rear sliding windows where Mike's had to be in there, the underneath. Such a thin section, but so important to stop any of the what noise that you get from the sides of it. Again, in and around the Alpine lights, the roof will be covered because we'll have the headlining going back in. But it's a pride thing alongside everything else. You'll note as well the Crossmember has been painted in there. It's got our stainless exhaust system, so it's going to be upgraded to our P6 Performance, which is reprogramming of the ECU. It'll get a performance air filter and that stainless exhaust system in there. So loads of lovely bits that will come together over time with this vehicle as Mike gets his hand back on it. That'll be going back down to our in-house body shop to put that texture coating into the rear of it. So Mike's just done a certain level of build with it. Billet blocks have gone on there, of course. He's done a certain level of build. We'll then send it back. I'd then get it back here for him to finish off. We've had a custom leather trim done by Isha in-house, and that'll be going back into it. So I will show you this vehicle again in another couple of weeks because the progress will be absolutely monumental. We'll really be in the final hurdle within another couple of weeks to get this vehicle back to its owner, back on the road, and to allow him to start enjoying it. But that's enough from me. I'll let you go and enjoy your bank holiday weekend. Have a great Easter, everyone. All the very best, and I'll catch you again next Friday. Take it easy. Bye for now.